Oh, hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my photo editing live stream where you can submit your images and I edit them here live online using Olympus Workspace for the Olympus cameras, and then all the other cameras I use Lightroom. And hopefully you've already submitted your pictures by now. If not, I probably won't get to it today. I'll have to do it on Tuesday possibly. That stream I do at the same time, actually around 12 o'clock on Tuesdays, my time, or same time as this is. And also, I put my photo out there for you guys to edit. So I try and pick ones that are, editable to some extent. They're decent pictures, but they need some help, right? And I think when I edit and then when you guys edit my pictures, I think it's very educational both ways. We both learn a lot from editing our photos, not just about the editing process itself, but uh, the composition and lighting and all of those things to help us take our next picture and get a better shot next time. And also, we have been talking about doing photo critiques only, or maybe you submit your photo and let everyone else edit that. Sort of like when I put mine out, you guys edit everything, and I totally forgot to fix my forum so that you guys could submit your photos. But I do have a category in my forum, robtrek.com/forum, where you can submit your photo there, and then anyone can critique or edit it there if you'd like, other than just myself, right? Because there's always more than one opinion. And right now, the only way to submit your raw photos if you have a link to, say, your cloud storage, whether it's Dropbox or Google Drive or something, you have to put the link that way to the raw image that they can download. And of course, the usual rules apply. It has to be your photo, not someone else's. So, we don't get into trouble with anything. But I'll figure out a way you can post or upload your raw photos directly um, this week so we can start doing that. Because I think that will be helpful too, to see all different kinds of edits. But with that said, let's see who's here. We have, wow, we have a lot of people here already. That's awesome. Whenever we get more than a dozen or so people, I'm always happy, that somebody's watching at least, and I'm not just talking to myself. But we have Dave and Randy and Jack, and good to see you. Jeff, Randy, lots of chatter. Scott Mumford, good to see you. Rick Bear, I'm exercising my ghost. Yeah, I don't have any ghosts in this house, thank goodness. I've never had any incidents. John Follows, good to see you. Oh, you got the Data Spider X Pro but not set it up yet. Oh, it's easy. Yeah, you just download the software and plug it in. Um, but you'll see a subtle difference. And what I really like is you can gauge how well your monitor is representing the colors to you, right? Because it gives you a percentage. 99% sRGB would be ideal or better. And it's raining where Rick is. Raho, good to see you. And I think that's everyone. Garrett, hey, good to see you, Garrett, from the Netherlands. Oh, Magrat's bugging you. I know what you mean. Got you up at 6 this morning. Cats are really very aggressive when it comes to food, right? They'll jump on you and scratch you until you feed them. Ellie, my dog, the worst that she does is when she's hungry, um, she will she'll come up and just with her paw just tap me on my arm like this, and if I ignore her for too long, she'll start jumping on me. But she'll very gently come up and just tap me on the shoulder, on my arm, like this, and she'll know then I'll know she's hungry. And then when I get up and start walking into the kitchen, she'll start hurting me, you know, like directing me towards the bag of food. It's so funny. So that's how I can tell if she's hungry or if she wants to go out. If she wants to go out, she makes a beeline for the door. But if she's hungry, she'll block the direction I'm walking and block me until I go over to where the food is. But okay. Oh, the Morgan's here. Good to see you. All right. Tuck my shirt in. I'm feeling good. And hopefully the audio is still good. I'm going to see how long the battery lasts on this mic. You know, if we can get 4 hours out of it, that would be awesome. I'm trying out a new mic. I'm going to do a review on it this week, but the sound I think is really good. A little bassier than you're probably used to hearing, but you know, that's just a characteristic of the mics. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I got everything set up and we're ready to go, and we're going to start here with Serge's photo. And let's see, the EXIF today is EM10 Mark II with a kit lens, 42 millimeters at f8, 1/200, so all very good settings. Probably could have done f5.6, but f8's fine. I usually set my lenses to f5.6 when I go out shooting now, unless I need the faster aperture for lower light. But yeah, beautiful photo here. A little bit of fog. See if we can retain that. And we got this gorgeous tree. I love trees. The challenge I have with trees though is they're always cut off somehow here. Like this one's cut off. It's hard, I know, to get the tree kind of singled out. But if there's any way you can figure out a composition where you can get the tree a little bit more isolated or separated from the background, I mean, you got good separation here, but then in terms of depth of field, but then the horizon, this line of trees is cutting it off. So it always makes it a little less dramatic, right? Yes, Dave. 5.6 in terms of depth of field is equivalent to f11 on a 35 millimeter full frame. So let me go ahead and see what I can do. I'm going to try and go through these fast because there's a lot today. I need to straighten it a little bit, I think. This way. Okay. And then I will do a vertical crop. Just to isolate the tree even more. See if I can come in a little tighter, but still leave a little bit of space around it. Let's go front and center. And go with that. And see how the detail is. Detail's pretty good. The fog is, I'm going to keep that foggy feeling. Let me go even foggier with the soft focus. Maybe monochrome? I don't know if monochrome will work because of the horizon, but yeah, I'd like that. Okay, now I'm going to go with a, let me put a red filter to darken the grass a little bit. Let's see if that has any effect. Very little, but that's okay. The red filter should brighten the tree a little bit too. And let's pull in, you can see the histogram, there's no detail in the shadows at all. Because there's no shadow, it's all soft lighting. Let me do it a different way. Maybe. Yeah, me too, Serge. I'm really into woodland lately. I guess because now that it's winter, you can see all the branches and see what the tree is doing, you know, to survive. I'm gonna just add some contrast. And vignette is hard here because of the white. I'm gonna add a little vignette and see. It's okay, it's not too bad. Just a subtle vignette. Oh, I need to work this contrast a little more. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to do a split tone. Let's do fog. Is fog. I feel like I don't know if reds. Let me work with the reds. So if we pull the highlights into the cyans and then the darker stuff into the reds, I think that'll look pretty good. I need to get the reds a little bit too much cyan. All right. Compositionally, let me try 4x5 instead of vertical and then see if I can come in a little tighter. Slight tilt back this way. All right, I think I'm done. Just under 4 minutes. So there's a before and after. It may need to render a tiny bit, but that's about 90% there. So you're already zoomed in all the way to the 80mm, the maximum of that lens. So that's as close as you could get. So it wouldn't have mattered if you did a portrait or a landscape type composition from that distance. So you basically have to crop in. And the fog was killing all of the detail anyway. So it didn't hurt to go soft focus. But I think that has a nice effect. Slight red and cyan looks, I think, really good. With the red tones being mostly in the shadows and then the cyans being down here in the grassy area and sky. Looks nice to me. Okay. There's a ghost behind it. You're funny. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got, oh, some more misty, wintry look here. I like this. And EM1 Mark II with a 60 macro, F11, 1/100, ISO 100. Who's this from? Samir? Okay. Yeah, I would have definitely, again, f5.6 and ISO 200. Just stay at the base ISO and lower the f-stop to minimize diffraction. But other than that, I think the settings are fine. Single point, yep. Standard image stabilization. And then full screen, just eyeball it. Okay, so when I made it full screen, I can see this branch is very blurry. So I might try to get rid of these branches. Okay, so let's start editing here. I wonder if there's some subtle color in here. Let me see if I can bring those out a little bit with pop art. Ooh, it's a little heavy on the greens. Let me shift it more cyan. Okay, I'm gonna go with that for now. I may pull that back off. Compositionally, it's a little bit too dark down here. It's a little bit heavy. And these are blown out. Let me pull the exposure down. See if I can recover some of the highlights. Ooh. They're a little bit blown out here. Let me take this pop art off. Yeah, now I can see the blues up here. Okay. I'll start with this. And then I always pull the highlight or the exposure down to bring highlights in. And then I use gradation to bring the shadows back. And I may do more with the tone curve later. But this branch is really out of place in this image, I think. So let me see if I can find composition without it. Maybe. Ah, that's a little closer to what I think. I'm losing the the depth though. I like this one tall tree. Ah, I see what you mean, Lauren, about this framing, but because it's blurry, I don't like it. You know, this blurry tree, the framing. I think right about there is good. And then we'll just have to live with these other distractions. Thomas Heaton would like brush these out probably. All right, let's work with the, oh, you have this unmuted. Let's try Vivid. And then let's see if we can bring out some of the speculars with clarity without jacking up the fog or mist. I just want some more speculars here. And then just a slight dehaze so we can get more definition in the fog. Okay. Then, yeah, maybe more vertical crop. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this crop either, nature. I agree with you there. Let me just work on, this is the most interesting part of these trees right here behind the fog. This water is interesting too. The problem is this side is just the mess. So let me see if I can soften that up a little bit. Yeah, that helps. That's helping. If I turn the clarity off, let me just, yeah, slight tilt. Okay. Uh, am I out of time already? Dang it. I can't believe I spent 4 minutes on that. It feels like I spent like 3 minutes. Hold on. I'm gonna give this an extra because I think you guys are right about going more vertical. A little bit more to the right. And then a slight vignette and I'm done. Oh, let that render out. Oh, um, if I had more time, I would brush out those little branches on the top right. And I think that's a little more balanced. It's a little heavy here on the left side, but these trees back here and this water are the most interesting thing in this photo. Wow, it's too bad you couldn't get a different angle of this, but I think this is really, it's a really nice picture, but Just these things distract me, the way this is blurry. Okay, let's go to the next one. um, wow, another nice misty, wintry photo. See what we did here. This is EM1 Mark III with a 12 to 100. 61 f4.5. Yep, all excellent settings. Maybe a slight tilt. Soft. Monochrome. Oops, I didn't turn my timer on. Just do monochrome because there's no color in here anyway. We'll split tone it. Um, let's go a little bit low key. Yeah, this is really nice, Raho. This is a beautiful picture. And then let's see if we can really black out the blacks. But then retain some of the shadows. I mean the midtones. Just not getting the right look. That's kind of right. What did I do on, did I do anything in the crop? Nothing. I just don't have enough foreground. I'm going to get rid of this tree on the left a little bit. If I go that. I really like this tree. The framing. It'd have been nice if you could have got lower to the ground and pointed up more to get more of the top of this tree in. If I do a 3x2, this I might have to just go 3x2. Three trees is odd as in goodly odd number, otherwise free frame it. Yeah, I try not to free frame it. There's enough selection here. I just hate this off-center kind of feel when I frame it this way. But I'll leave it there. All right, let me work on this tone a little bit. Just needs a touch more contrast. Okay. And then I'm going to split tone it. I kind of like the red, and this is more of a greenish. I think green will look good here. So let's pull the highlights in down a little bit like magenta and then push the greens in the forest. Like so. A little bit more on the highlights. A little more green. God, I just don't like this crop. I hate this gap over here on the right. I'm out of time. All right, let's just go with this crop. Okay, so uh, yeah, I think that looks okay. I don't like these trees on the right, and I wish you could have got a little lower to the ground to get more of this, because the ground here is really adding a nice texture or base to the image, but there's not enough of it. And then I think the split toning looks good here with the green and the magenta, whatever color that is. I think that works. Okay, very nice, Raho. And wow, another foggy image. Okay, this is from John Follows, and we used the EM5 Mark III with a 12 to 45 Pro at 45 millimeters at 5.6. Yep, all excellent settings. And of course, it's on a hill. But I think this house is crooked, so we can straighten it a little bit. Oh, now the trees look crooked. Something like this. Let's go 4 by 5, just a little more squarish. I don't need too much foreground. We'll just stick with this house and these trees. Oh, that's my timer, sorry. Let's try that. And yeah, this is another easy monochrome image. Why is there... Gosh, it just feels tinted already. Let's soften it even more. Oops. Red. Add some vignette. Okay. Let's add a split tone. Let's do blue this time. So I think we'll make the shadows blue and pull back on the highlights to kind of a sepia. No, let's do the other way. Yeah, that's better. Compositionally, I think we're okay. All right, I'm going to call it there. So, yeah, just had to crop off the right side. Now, the trees are slightly off center, but because these houses are here, even though they're very misty or barely part of the image, they do balance, I think, the weight a little bit of it being off center. Um, And I think that looks good. Because this is too empty over here on the right. And it's very heavy on the left side. So just shifting the balance a little bit. And then some minor processing, right? Yeah, the trees aren't quite vertical, but the houses are. The houses look like they're right. But yeah, it's a jacked up in terms of the way things are. I don't like, I don't like hills and I don't like crooked trees and houses. But I think that came out nice. Who is that? John follows? Okay, good. Um, all right, let's see. We have a cat from Jack or Jacob. And what did he use? The macro? No, 40 to 150 on an EM10 Mark II at 5.3. Yep, very good. 1/5 of a second though. That's a little slow. But you're at ISO 1600 already, so what choice do you have, right? Um, man, I don't think you could have done much else. That's pretty decent, but you can see there's a tiny bit of motion blur. Just a tiny bit, at 1/5 of a second. And you did nail the focus though, right on the eye. This is a JPEG, so some of it's kind of baked in already. It's going to be hard to adjust the white balance, but it's just a tad too warm for me. See if I can cool it off a little bit. And then I need to straighten the eyes. So I always like the eyes, when I do animal photos, I like the eyes to be level. So you can see the bottom of the iris here is much lower than the iris on the right side. So I always like to level those. That's close enough. And then compositionally, since we're cutting off that side anyway, let's try 4:3. Just not working for me. Maybe, let me just try one other crop. Okay, I like this better. Randy likes two eyes. um, and then Rick says, now even the cat's eyes get leveling treatment. Yeah, that's right. I leveled it and then I cut the eye out. It's like, what was the point of leveling at that? Leveling now, right? But I think it adds some symmetry still, even if I'm cutting half off. All right, let's just throw in some sharpness. Oops, not that much, but about 4 or 5. Nope, too much. Because this is a JPEG, so any sharpening I do is going to look over sharpened. Let me cool it off a little bit more. Let's see if I can make that yellow eye more yellow. Nope, too much yellow in the scene already. How about the reds? Not enough red in here. Back to orange. Yeah, this is tough. Okay. Uh, okay, so that's one crop. Since I got a couple of seconds, not much more I can do on processing. Let me just explore a double eye crop. Not bad. This this one eye is not bad versus I just wish it was framed a little wider if I'm going to do both eyes. I'm going to go with this. All right. Uh so there's the before and after. It's just framed a little too tight for me to keep both eyes, in my opinion. So I just wanted to frame the eye, the nose, and the whiskers, right? Um, it'd have been nice to get some of the ear in, but like I said, it was framed a little bit too tight for me to get much of anything else in that was, I don't know, this is how I would frame this one. You know, in Lightroom, you could get really dramatic with this kind of edit, but I don't think I can do that here. Let me just try something. Yeah, that's better. And some clarity. All right. So that's my final edit there. It needs to render a tiny bit, but I think we're good. Okay. Cool shot. All right, let's yeah, the white balance, I could go a little bit cooler maybe, but it's okay. Um let's go to the next one. And we're using what? A Sony, so this is a JPEG, right, Jose? Yeah. 28 to 85, so the kit lens at f8, 1/8. Wow, 1/8 of a second. Man, you guys got some pretty steady hands. Let's see. Um, this, I think, it's already cropped pretty well. The corners look good. This line, it needs a slight tilt this way. I mean, the stairs are all crooked anyway, but I'm going to tilt it. Now this line, we have this line come off a little on the bottom. Okay, that looks about right. And we'll do a dramatic tone. Nope. How about a black and white? No. All right, we'll go pop art. Pull off some of the saturation. Right about there. Let's process the colors a little bit. I guess these reds, let's pull them down a little bit there. I mean, I'm just color processing now. Push the reds in the shadows. Okay. The I can't do it. I wanted to balance this a little bit this way. I'm losing a lot of the interesting things in this image. It's about as tight as I can go without. Oh, how come Oh, I'm zoomed in. That's why. All right, there we go. All right, let's add a little bit of grit. So, let's do it with sharpness. And where's my dehaze and clarity? Right about there. Okay. Red bricks would be nice. um, what would I have to do to get the reds a little stronger? I would have to do some hue adjustments. I can try. There. Okay. I'm gonna call it right there. I mean, it's already a really good image. You were joking? Oh, well, whether you're joking or not, you know, I did a lot of color processing anyway. So just a hair tighter crop to balance the steps a little bit. Um, and then make it a little gritty with some sharpening and dehaze and clarity. I think that works pretty well. Um, so I did the red bricks just to show you can shift the hue a little bit for one color if you want to, right? But I was trying to really create the contrast underneath here versus what's up top. So that's why I was doing it with the tone curve. And then a slight shift of red, that looks pretty good. All right, Jose, good job. Nice shot. You see faces in the underside of the steps. Oh, I don't see it, but okay. You know who would see faces though is somebody like Deb O'Connor. Remember her? She used to come in all the time. I haven't seen her in a long time, but she used to do those kaleidoscope edits, and then you would see faces everywhere. Um, all right, let's see what we got here. Oh, a truck. It's not a truck. This is probably one of those buses, right? That what do you call those things? Those like rock star buses. What do they call those? The coaches. It's a coach or something. Anyway, EM1X 12 to 100, 5.6, 150th, ISO 64. So again, I would have shot this ISO 200. Who did this one? Critique only from Randy. Yeah, Randy. So yeah, my critique is shoot this at ISO 200. And maybe because the guy is, you don't need all of that over there. Just put the guy kind of front and center. Something like that. I think that's it. I like this reflection. Looks like Las Vegas, the mirage over here. So if you can, you know, play this action a little bit, because this reflection is good. Reflection of sunglasses. I think that looks good. Yeah, it's not level, Dave, because it has keystoning errors. Not errors, but there's a keystoning issue because Randy's pointing up, pointing the camera up. So it's keystoning in this way a little bit. But if you try and correct for that, then his head might look too big. But I think it's a great shot otherwise. Uh, and then we just have to watch the corners on the crop. That's all. So this corner's good. He's front and center. It's a little bit heavy on the right side, on the left side. So I don't know. You guys put in the chat section in the comments any critique you might have. But this is all I would do to it is just crop in tighter. because this front of the bus doesn't add anything, and the you know the mirror framing here is distracting. So I would just crop it like that. Yeah, the angle helps the shot, not hinders it. I agree with you on that one, Lauren. It gives a little perspective that you are looking up, right? But yeah, it's a nice shot. Okay. Um, Here's another one that says critique only. I've seen this shot before. Um, I think you submitted this for editing. If I remember correctly, I think I did a soft focus or something on it. But I feel like the scene is just too busy for me. So I think that's why I would have gone soft focus on the editing. So just soft focus it like that. Add some vignette like so. And just then cool it off. Just a hair. And yeah, but shots like this, I rarely I mean I take pictures like this all the time, but I rarely post them anywhere because they end up being too busy looking. You know, half the branches are just bare, then the other half have leaves on them, and then there's this spatter of leaves on the ground or in the river, and that's my problem with this image. Really, it's just too busy. When you're trying to get a very tranquil, soft, relaxing feeling, to me, this is very chaotic. It's kind of doing the opposite. So that's why this is a picture that I don't know how would I compose this differently. Maybe a much tighter composition, you know, right in here. And because the bridge is cut off by the other side, you know, I don't know if that doesn't really help. Uh, yeah, I don't have the symmetry here either. So I like it right here though. I would probably want just right here. To me, that's a little more pleasing image. You know, it's still chaotic though, but that would be my critique. If I wanted to be a little harsh on it, uh, that would be my critique, right? It's just it's a little too chaotic for me on the left. And the soft focus helps a little, but it's a tough shot. But again, you guys in the chat section leave whatever criticism or critiques or suggestions beyond what I said because I was not too kind on that one. um, I like this little bird thing. I mean, there's a lot of individual interesting things, but all together it's just too chaotic for me. Okay, let's see. And here's from Alt 11 Gamer. Oh, this is a new this is a new person. I've seen you in the chat, but I don't think you've submitted a picture before. I'm not sure. Uh EXIF data we have. Rick says it's beautiful, the picture. The previous, I guess we were talking about DeMorgan's previous one. This is taken with an iPhone, so there's the EXIF. Doesn't mean anything on a cell phone, really. And okay, DeMorgan, I tried to give you my critique. I appreciate that though. I mean, critiquing is never kind, right? Um, Okay, so let's look at this full screen for a second. So, you know, cell phones, they're very capable of taking good standard snapshot type pictures. And this is a snapshot basically. And I see you're framing the mountain with the trees, and then cloud cover. Um, I think, I mean, it's a little bit too soft for me and a little bit too cool. So let me warm it up a tiny bit. And it's a little unbalanced. There's too much white space up here. I like the clouds, but I'm going to get rid of them and just balance the image a little more like this. I think that works better. And let me just see what the haze does. Okay, I don't want to take away too much of the haziness, but just a little bit and some clarity. And let's sharpen it up a tiny bit. Cloud shapes echo the block shape of the trees. It kind of looks abstract. Yep, a little bit. I'll go back and look at it again. For now, it just felt too much space up here. I mean, the picture just felt very heavy on the bottom, but now it doesn't feel out of balance to me. I'm all about balance and symmetry. You know, it's just my personal preference. Going abstract and things is hard for me. I guess I need to expand my eye a little bit for that. But right now, for me, this is how I would edit it. And let me see if I can pop some color in. Nope, doesn't help at all. Well, actually, it does help. I just have to back off the greens. Let me just do an overall back off the color a little bit here. And some gradation. No, I don't like it. Let's turn off the gradation. All right, I think that's it. There's so little wiggle room with this image for processing because it's really baked in, if that's a thing. So I'm going to leave it there. Well, you know, Rick was saying that he liked the clouds. Let me just, I don't like it. It's just too heavy on the bottom for me. I like um, I like the square crowd. We could even do 16 by 9. Let's see. Even that looks better to me than, but I like that works too, but it's not as nice as the square. I think the square is the way I'm going to go. All right, so let's do a before and after. uh, yeah, messing with the colors on a JPEG, it got a little blotchy. It's too bad. But I don't like the composition on the left because it just feels too heavy on the bottom. You know, going to a square composition balances, I think, the image better. But again, that's just personal preference for me to have symmetry and balance. It needs a little tilt to the right, but okay. It's a really beautiful picture, though. I love this line. It'd have been nice to have a little more detail, but okay, let's move on to the next one. Very nice picture, Alt. OLT11 Gamer. And sometimes Rick says sometimes we need, and Lauren says the clouds add a third element. And then Rick says sometimes we need to draw back from, we're talking about this picture, draw back from getting technically perfect capture and instead look at the image itself, patterns and shapes which are lost if we remove the haze and over sharpen. Yes, yeah, sometimes you're seeing the forest or the trees instead of the forest, literally in this case, right? Um, I get that. I get that. I just, really all I wanted to do with this image was balance it um, in terms of weight. Okay. All right, so we have pretty decent moon there, and a crooked house. Were you on a boat? Because I'm just seeing, who is this, Phil? I'm getting like this. This looks more like rolling shutter than it does. But then the moon is actually, yeah, there's a little bit of motion here. I think you were on a boat. You must be because you're here in the water. Or maybe this ended up, no, I think you're on a boat. That's why this looks weird. Because there's motion blur. Let's look at the EXIF. EM10 with a kit lens, 1/20th of a second. So settings are fine. I think it was just you need a faster shutter speed if you're not on a stable surface, whether it's a floating pier or a boat. You need a faster shutter speed. So this is a tough shot. This is a tough shot to get. Um, so I get it. I get it. Let's see if we can bring back some of the gradation with gradation and straighten this out. It's almost like a keystoning error, but how can that be at the bottom of the picture? Because these lines are pointing that way, and then these are pointing, so it's like a keystoning error. I think that's weird to me. Um, Let me fix that. I need to stretch it out a bit. Wow, I'm having a hard time with that, but if I do it too much, then everything else starts to look weird. Okay, um, I need to I need to focus on just what looks like is the subject. I know you wanted to get this whole tree in, but try square. Get this pier leading up to this house. I'm going to make the house the subject. Okay. Ah, this angle. I need to tilt it back now. Throw some sharpness, turn off this noise. Oof. Man, the colors are so washed out here. Uh, Mm. I think I might have to go. Yeah, it is. It's just weird. There's like some motion blur or rolling shutter or something happening here that I can't. I can't. I can't fix. Let's go to about 7,000. Maybe just white balance off these chairs. 10,000. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, if it's an HDR, that makes sense. And if you were if you were not on a stable surface, that would be why that would be part of it too. But I think that's the best I can do. Let me just crank up the saturation and we'll call it. Uh, I need a little more blue in the highlights, so I'm gonna push it just a tiny bit. Okay, we'll go to the before and after. So yeah, I would crop a little tighter and get rid of this on the edge here. Um, that's best I can do there. Because it feels like the house is the subject and not that tree, even though you framed the tree with the house. But since we're all very familiar with houses, we don't need to have any scale uh, of how big the house is or how big the tree is. I think, and then I tried to use the pier to lead the eye into the house, but it's a tough shot. Yeah, don't do HDR at night with long exposures. Then that also causes some of the blur. Okay, let's try the next one. I've seen this picture before, or something like it, where people were on a bicycle or whatever this thing is. Um, EM10 Mark II with a kit lens, f3. Yeah, settings are perfect, perfectly fine. And man, these people are happy. So this is pre-pandemic, obviously. Wheel is cut off, so let's, and it's already cropped in really tight. Honestly, I don't think I would do anything. This is already pretty much done. Um, these three ladies, these three, this dude. I mean, I don't want to lose the front of this. I like the front. I don't know if I can just come a little more off the back end. Now, that's it. And then pull back on the exposure a tiny bit, but it's a JPEG, so I'm not going to save the highlights. I think that's it, Lauren. Not much else to do there for me. It's already pretty much there. So yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, right? So just a slight crop to the top right, just so you're even closer and can see everybody's faces a little better. I mean, 10% closer, if that helps. And Lauren's pretty much a JPEG shooter, so anything he sends me, if it's already cropped in, that's pretty much it. So yeah, looks good. All right. Okay, another winter pick. Good detail. Let's see. We have EM1 Mark II with 12 to 40 Pro, 12 millimeter f5.6, plus 2/3 of a stop EV, exposure comp. Huh. I think that's good. I think maybe a full stop would have been all right, but yeah, pretty much good settings. Um, Let me look at it full screen. So basically, these trees are framing this bush, what I'm getting. And it's currently snowing. So a flash would have been really cool. You could have got some of the snowflakes into the image a little better than it's shown here. So let me see if I can bring that out with the dehaze. Of course, that might ruin the feel. Maybe clarity. Okay, that helps a little bit. Let's add some gradation. Oh, this is a JPEG. All right. Let's go monochrome and split tone it. And let's go cool it off in the highlights. And then pull back the shadows. Okay. And compositionally, I think let's try 3x2 and just kill this space on the right. Might be too much. Bush is a little bit off center with this. I'll go with that. And soft focus it. Let's go back to here. Let's pull this in a little bit more. Let's go back to the blue channel and pull the blues back down just a tad. Okay, and pull in a darker vignette on this one. Push this up a little bit. Walter says, touch photo, trees flaking and open center. Not sure what you mean. And Rick says, nice tree capture shot. And Rob, here we go straight in with the Mr. Fix-It trying to fix the haze. Oh, I'm not trying to fix the haze, Rick. I'm just trying to see if I can capture these snowflakes a little better. There's still plenty of haze. I mean, even if I take the haze off, it doesn't really make much difference. I mean, I just need a little, see, when I take the dehaze off, the snowflakes aren't quite as obvious. That's why I kind of put that in. Just a little bit. I just want to see the snowflakes a little better. That's all. But yeah, haze and mist doesn't bother me. It's just when there's some other element in here that's not getting enough attention. I'm just trying to balance that. But okay, I think I'm going to call it there. It just needs a little brighter right there. And I mean, just because this tool says dehaze, that's not my intent, you know, to use it. But okay, so there's my edit. Let's do a before and after. But it's okay. See, my photo has more haze in it than the original, even though I added the haze, right? Um, so I really was trying to keep that effect. But I wanted to try to bring out the snow a little better. It didn't really come out, so I probably should have foregone any dehaze at all. Because even with a little dehaze, it doesn't really show too well. I think that looks good. Nice little split tone. Maybe just a tad more blue in it, like so. Okay, let's go to the next one. But yeah, just a tad more blue, but I think that looks good. All right, yeah, it needs straightening, right? Yeah, it's on a hill. I hate that. Let's see what we got here. Nice crisp details. So we can kind of go a couple different ways with this. This is from Matt. What did we use? EM10 Mark II with a kit lens, f6 7.1. Oh, all right, Rick. We'll see you later. Say hi to Magrat. Yep, all the settings look good to me. This is from Matt. And what do you mean at Lauren? No, this is not Lauren's shot. I'm getting a very soft vibe from this image though. But I'll try not to do too many soft focuses today. I'm kind of overdoing it there. Let's try vivid and some clarity for the bricks. And throw in some sharpening. Turn off this noise filter. Definitely needs to be warmer. Right in there. And compositionally, I feel like I forgot the timer again. Let me stay 4x3. See if we can push. I want to get a little bit off the bottom. Maybe just do it with a 16x9. It's a little bit too much. Let's try 3x2. Pull a little bit off here. Okay. And whoops. I want to do an RGB fix. Just do a standard S curve. Just to give it a more golden hour kind of look. Bringing the shadows in. I think that's it. All right. So there's my before and after. So I just warmed it up basically and cropped out some of the water. It was a little heavy on the bottom for me. And then, yeah, little warming up, and I think that looks good. Not much to do there, and there's still good detail if we crop in. So if we look at this image kind of all by itself, I think that looks pretty nice. You know, if I didn't do soft focus like 100 times already today, I would soft focus this, but I tried to avoid that this time on this edit. All right, let's go to the next one. And oh, I'm sorry, who was that again? Oh, Matt. Yeah, nice shot, Matt. I have a scene at a park here. A couple people there. Oh, wow, this got soft in the corners fast. See what we used here. EM10 Mark II with a kit lens, f5.6. Yep, perfect settings. Couldn't ask for more. We need to straighten it. So I think this way, so we'll just get it straight first, and then um, try to find something interesting in the scene. I'm gonna go vertical. Let me look at a vertical and come in. Four by three vertical. Come in over here and just get some of the real birds and the fake birds. Let's see, foreground. I think a super wide pano would be a problem for this image because it got too soft in the corners too fast, like this. So this crop's not going to work. So we'll stay here in the light. Maybe go 16 by 9, just a little wider. That's kind of there. Mm. Yeah, I know everybody wants to go super wide on this, or Walter does anyway. Um, I just don't see the point of going super wide. Okay, let's just go with that. That's as wide as I'd really like to go. And some clarity. It's already pretty warm. Let me see if I can push a little bit more blue in the highlights. Put a pin here. And some more yellows in the shadow area. Pull this back a little bit and then push the gradation. A slight tilt back this way. I think that's it. Gosh, what were you at? You're at 32 millimeters. So I would have definitely zoomed all the way in so I wouldn't have to crop. I mean, these birds here are interesting. I think these real birds with the fake birds would have been an interesting shot, but this angle is not right for it. But I'm gonna go with this as the final image. I think that's the best we can pull out. Yeah, if I go with more water, it starts to cut into, you know, the birds down here, and then I got this stupid buoy. If we get more sky, there's no clouds, so uh, I'm just gonna balance it there. Okay, so there's the before and after. Yeah, you're just this. I think this was Anne's image, right? You're just too far away from anything to get a good shot of this scene. You know, you can't see enough detail on the individual birds. The landscape doesn't have any clouds, so the landscape itself is not much action going there. So Yeah, this is another shot where you just have to kind of say, I can't get it. I can't get this shot. This is not a shot you can really get too well. I mean, it's a great snapshot of the park. Like you can see all the birds and um, the little boats there. So it's an interesting, lots of information and an interesting shot that way. But as far as getting like a postcard shot, it's a tough call. It's a tough shot to get as far as getting that postcard image type shot. Um, okay, but I think it came out okay. All right, now let's go into Lightroom. See if there's anything else in here. Ugh. All right, I don't need that. And let's get rid of the viewer edits. All right, so this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, I think those are the only new ones. This, I almost thought this was one of my work pictures. It looks like something I would take at work. Oh, this is nice. Wow, I like this a lot, as is. Let me see. This is from Garrett. Oh, let me size the window up. Yeah, I like this the way it is. Maybe just a little bit of exposure stuff. I bet the auto key. Oh, hey, congrats, Randy. um, and I did see some of your winter pics on your Flickr. They were nice. So we'll do that. Let me get rid of some of the blacks. Push the shadows a little more. And this is a little distracting here, but let me see if I can just minimize that a little bit. Try and get a little closer in. I know I'm cutting off this sax guy, but cutting off the mic and that light. I like this light here. I don't know. I think this works. Yeah, just a tiny bit of crop. Maybe I wish I could get a little more off the top. Let me try. This is a 4x3, I think, right? Yeah. Or it's not a 4x3. Let's try. That's too tight. Let's try the 4x3 again. Does that give me everything? Yeah, that gives me everything I need. A little more shadow, more exposure. And it's just a hair too red, but concerts are okay like that way. Um, so I'm going to try and save the reds. The white balance on this guy is perfect. But let me see if I can give him a little more action. And then just pull the greens down. This is Raul Malo from the Mavericks. Cool. I have no idea who the Mavericks are or anything. And I'd like to maybe Dutch it a tiny bit more. I think okay, that's it. So it was a great shot to start with, so there wasn't a lot to edit. Um, so let's do a comparison. All right, so there's before and after. Basically just had to brighten it up and a slight crop, right? Um, and I wanted to save this light up here. I like this light. Cutting it off a little bit doesn't hurt the image. Cutting this guy's arm off is okay. I think it looks good like this. Um, okay, good. I like that edit. I think that came out nice. All right, let's go to the next one. Wow, what is this? This is a, I don't even know what this is. It's some kind of siren, like, I don't know, like one of those air raid sirens. I don't know what this is. Um, what is this? Police. So this is a air raid siren or police siren of some kind. Wow, this is interesting. I don't know what this is. Who sent this in? This is from Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Wow. With a Canon 15 to 45. Here's the EXIF data if you guys are interested. This all looks fine to me. Um, abstract Christmas tree. No, I think this siren is related to the police station right here. I'm guessing. But then they dressed it up. This probably is cool at night because it's got lights all over it. But in the daytime, it's just chaos here. So I'm going to get rid of the right side and square crop this. And just come over here. Come up off the sidewalk. And come a little off the top. Maybe, I don't know if this putting this bench in that is going to help. Okay, let's straighten it. And now we can see everything in the picture. I lost this lamp post, but sorry, let me get rid of that building. Balance this tree out a little bit. Oh, that bench is boring. I need to minimize the effect of that bench. All right, let's go with that. I need the entire siren tree. It's unique. Nah. Maybe. I can leave it. I can take it or leave it. This siren tree doesn't. I don't think we need to see every single siren on this tree, but I'll put it in there. Okay, so get some texture back in, some clarity, any of that. See if I can push the colors this way. And then a little bit of vignette. Feather that off, point it, pull it back. Okay. Pull some sharpening in. Make it a little grittier. I just want it grit, grit, grit. Okay. I mean, let me see if I soften it. Nah. I think going gritty is the way to go with this. All right. So everyone thinks the tree is the subject. I if the tree was the subject, like this siren tree is the subject, I would have framed it a little differently. I would have gotten a little closer to the tree itself and then had the police station here more in the background. But right now, both places seem very let's just do a comparison. I think the edit came out pretty good though, overall. But yeah, I would have gotten closer to the siren and made it a little more dominant in the scene. And then you can blur out the background a little better too if you get a little closer. So since this is what I got, I think the edit came out all right. Going a little bit gritty, then separating the colors a little more, and that's it. I think that looks good now. Okay. Can you try shifting the crop to the right? Yeah, I can do that. Um, on this one, right? I mean, if that's what you mean, it's okay. It works, kind of. I like this row of motorcycles up to this. I like these. I like to frame the building this side a little bit myself. But Walter's saying maybe more to the right. So you want to center the tree, or do you want like just the tree like that? That doesn't look good to me at all. I mean, if we center the tree, that's not too bad. Maybe get both. No, we don't need both benches. Perfect. I mean, that's okay too. I don't like that at all, actually. Um, yeah, you and I see this scene totally different. I really like the context of the police station here with the tree. To me, this works best. Okay, let's go to the next one. um, wow, what is this? This is like an ocean going up to this landscape. And what are these buildings? This is like a row of buildings up to a beach. Wow, this is really interesting. I wish I could see more of the buildings though, like shoot much lower and get all of the buildings in the shot because there's just nothing in the sky. I mean, I could Photoshop a UFO in there, but um, hey, Captain Craig, how are you? Let's see what we have here. Sony, whatever, a 7R Mark IV, whatever that is, 2.8. Oh, this is your image, Captain. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to seen like a little bit lower and have these buildings give some scale to how far away these mountains are a little better. Um, oh, Chuck is saying crop between the benches and get the entire tree. I just didn't like that tree at all, to be honest. It just, I think at night it'd been more interesting. Let's see if I can just, let's get rid of that left side. Try this. And yeah, I like this. I like where this is going. We need a little bit more balance. Yeah, I like that better. And then I think I need to silhouette the buildings, but let's see. Yeah, let's silhouette the buildings. So I'm going to click auto here. I really want to pull this in like this. I like this one little patch of light too. Uh, let's go. Let's see what auto does. Yeah. And I can add a tiny bit more haze. See, I'm adding haze, and Rick's not here, but I'm adding haze, Rick. But we'll crank in a little bit. No, I don't want any clarity. Yeah, some texture works. All right, let's warm it up a tiny bit. Ooh, that's too much. Just right here. I like this little touch right there. Right there. Uh, okay, I think that's it. I mean, when it's a good picture, you don't really have to do a whole lot. So that's all I would do with this. Punch the blue in the water? Maybe. Let's see. Um, let's do it with a dropper. Just a little bit. I think that's it. Okay, now I'm done. So, create, get the dropper off. I have to do another virtual copy, reset, and then we'll compare this with this one. All right, so there's before and after. Uh, yeah, I'd have liked to have been lower on the horizon and get more of the building and silhouette them more, because that really gives the depth and the scale to this image. And then just a little touch of golden hour right in here, right? And that's it. So, oh, I actually did an edit that Walter likes. Walter and I rarely agree on editing. We're so different, you know? But that's cool. All right, let's see. One more. Um, okay, this is like something I would do for work. So when I saw it, I felt like it was a work picture. So XH1 from Marcel, a 10 to 24 millimeters at, I'm not sure, you're at 10 millimeters. So that's why it's a nice wide angle shot. So Oh, thanks, Captain Craig. I'm glad you liked it. Let me let me develop this. Actually, I got a preset for my real estate stuff, so I'm gonna do that. And I did that. I did that. Compositionally, this being in the way is a problem for this image. Yeah, this should be easy for me, but this was not taken too well because of this. This is blocking the table. So I would have definitely moved over to the left a little bit. Um, so the problem with this image is you're trying to get too much in at once. I would have done a shot here with the stairs leading up to the loft and the dining room table here. And then I would have done a separate shot of the kitchen area. But you're trying to get this kitchen and this table in at the same time and this painting. So yeah, this is really almost 2 or 3 shots is the way I would have done this, not try to do it all at once. I mean, it's good that it gives you all that information in one picture. There's a lot of good information, but it's just the composition's a little bit off, mainly just this pole. So uh, I'm going to pull off a little bit on the left because of the distortion, the wide angle lens distortion. Maybe, let me go with 4x5. Man, this pole. But I think this is a little more realistic shot. Still a little distortion. Okay, so now we can see the painting, we can see part of the kitchen, and we can see the little loft on top and the table. So we have all the information we need from this image without that distracting pole. Uh, Dang it. But I'd like to get... I think that's what I would do with this image if I wouldn't have taken it like this, but this is the best I can do with what I got. Marcel. Yes. So let's just do a before and after. Maybe, yeah, just tiny bit. Well, anyway, let me reset that, compare. This needs to be just a tad brighter. So that's the before and after. So you can see my image on the right is just a lot easier to look at without this thing being in the picture. Uh, and then we got rid of this because, you know, wide angles always give you some distortion, which you can't help. You get that wide angle distortion. And then I tried to keep all of the elements, like I said, the loft, the kitchen, and the table in the image, because that is good information from a real estate perspective. It just wasn't composed perfectly to begin with because of the pole. So okay, let's look at the viewer edits. I think there's some awesome viewer edits in here. The original image is, let me show you the original real quick. Oh, narrowband channel. Oh my God. I've been talking about you like crazy in the, well, not like crazy, but I talked a lot about you in the previous stream. because people always ask me astrophotography pictures, and I said, I don't know. I mean, I give them the best I can, but I said I always turn them to your channel, and I said you gotta go check out Narrowband channel because he does Olympus astrophotography with Olympus cameras. Um, so definitely, send me an email, and you should come on a live stream and be a guest on my live stream and answer questions about astrophotography. And of course, then we can direct everything back to your channel, and hopefully you get a really nice chunk of my subscribers that are interested in astrophotography. But man, I'm glad you're here. Thanks. Send me an email though, definitely. Rob at robtrek. Oh, you did send one. Okay, good. I'll look for it. I'll look for it. Um, did you send it recently or did you send it today? That's cool. Okay, let's look at the viewer edits real quick. And I gotta show you my original first. All right, so there's the original image. I think I took this, I don't remember what camera this was. We'll see. But it's a fairly, it's a long exposure, 1 or 2 seconds if I recall. But it's very flat, and the camera chose a little bit too warm of a white balance. So I thought this would be a good candidate to edit. You can crop in, you can keep it wide, whatever. I thought it was kind of a cool shot, but just a, it just needs a lot of work. So let's go to viewer edits, turn off my little thing here and this thing. Man, there's a lot, 25 edits of this. Wow, I like this edit. The processing is really good, nice and crisp. And wait, let's zoom in on this. This is wow, I love the processing. You warmed it up without making it look yellow. And then it's a nice wide, I think it's a good wide crop. Completely ignored like the water at the bottom that I put in, but that's okay. The falls here in the middle are the main thing. This is great. Who did this one? Stephen Page. Good job. Really nice. Really nice. Good job, Stephen. And look at it. I mean, I shot this at like f22. What's my EXIF data? Yeah, f22, 1/3 of a second. Olympus 12mm. It's on my EM10. But yeah, good job. Good job bringing out all the data. Look at the. This is hilarious. I like the water being blue. What? I can't tell what part of the image this is. It looks like you did a lot of composition. Like you made this a cave, then you threw the cat eyes in. I wonder if this is the same guy that sent the cat picture in today. This is from Phil. Yeah, I think this Phil sent the cat picture in too. I can't remember. I wouldn't go there if I were you as the title. That's great. All right, good job. Made me laugh. All right, nice vertical crop. I like this crop too. This definitely gives it the depth that this picture deserves. The processing though is a little dark for me and a little too cool. But yeah, looks good. I really like the water though. The water was actually greenish like it was in the original image, but turning it a little blue just that helps, I think. But I would have saved some of the shadow information here. But other than that, it's not bad. Let's see. Anne, okay, good job, Anne. Just a little dark back in here. So yeah, but I like this crop. This vertical crop works because you save the water line here, which was I really wanted that to be in the image too, you know. where, just how this water is just flowing down towards you. And let me tell you, I had to climb down some rocks to get to this point, this vantage point. This was not like a tourist approved point of view. Trust me on that. It'd have been so easy to just fall into that water when I got this shot. So I was an idiot to get this shot, but I got it. I'm lucky to be alive, actually. Oh, wow. Yeah, the water was very green like this. Um, yeah, good, nice work though, Ann. I really like your crop. I like your crop better than this crop. This crop is tight though. And you cut off the bridge, which is okay. Because like I said, you don't need to see everything, right? You just need to see what's important in the image. So I think you captured everything that's important here. And you brushed out the people that were standing here. Because I think there were people standing there, right? Let me see, is this, or did, yeah, I think, let me look at the original. Oh my God, Anne added people in. Here I am, I thought, so Anne added these people in. Okay, that's cool. So this one, there's no people, which is the original. This is a good clean edit though. It's very clean and very lifelike, exactly what I was seeing with my naked eye. If I had to guess, this is Walter. Walter's not one to crop though. Not like this anyway, but let's see. Joni, yeah, Walter and Joni, their edits are very similar. Very similar in terms of the processing itself. And this is wow. This is a very dramatic tone. Not bad though. Not bad. It's very different. Just focusing on the falls and the bridge. Yeah, it works. Let's see who did this one. Matt. Okay, Matt. Not bad. I'm not crazy about this color palette, but if you like these colors, it's really good in that respect. I feel like, yeah, not crazy about the colors, but like I said, color is very subjective, right? If you like these kind of colors, this is a good edit. A lot of people are going this way. They're cutting off all the water in the bottom, unlike Anne, who kept it, in a vertical crop. Everyone else is cutting it off. You didn't think I'd notice the people. I did see the people, but you did such a good job with putting the people in there. I thought they were in the original. Oh, I like this edit too. This edit, yeah. This one keeps all the water. It's a nice wide crop. If we full screen it, it's a little wider than 16 by 9. So it's probably 16 by, I don't know, 16 by 7. This is a good edit. I like it. A little bit brighter for me would help. A little more shadow detail, but yeah. Walter Rowe, I knew it. I knew it. Now, I bet if we do this one, look, let's compare Joni, right? If we compare Joni to Walter, you can see there's a lot of similarities here. Not the best example. All right, forget it. All right. Oh, I like this. Nice and soft. Very gloomy looking. So this has a much different feel to it than the previous one. 1:3 aspect. Okay, I like it. So it's even wider than 16:7. I like this though. Yeah, I bet this is Walter again. Ah, Raho. God dang it. Gotta watch my language. I was way off. I thought Walter maybe would throw me a bone and do something, soft and totally, not crisp. You know what I mean? But this is excellent. I like this. I like this edit a lot. Very, very muted colors and soft focus. Thank you, Rahu. And let's see. We have here. Oh, nice clean black and white. It's got to be Rahu again. No, I don't know. These crops are all very similar though. Everybody's going wide. This is Walter. This is a Walter black and white. I guarantee it. I would put $5 on that. Let's see. I knew it. Walter's always really good with the tones in the black and whites and his colors. I can never say anything bad about Walter, the way he tones things and the way he brings the detail out on the shots. Definitely those are his two trademarks, right? Very crisp details and very good tones. Yeah, nice. It's a nice black and white. All right. All right, this one. Oh, I can't even guess who this would be. But everybody likes that white water look, versus the kind of green mush that it was originally. Yeah, this is a good edit. It's very different than what we've seen, but it's a good edit. The sharpening side is a little soft, but um it's a different way to go. Image Writer. Okay, good job, Image Writer. I like the colors and the white balance and everything. If you want to go with a white water look, this is great. Okay. And this one here, not bad. It's very much what I saw with the naked eye. I can't believe why is there this distortion up in here though? Is that in the original? Yeah. But it's just somehow it's more pronounced in this image, like a double exposure. But yeah, this is another nice clean edit from John Follows. Okay. Nice and clean. Very true to what the scene actually looked like when I was there. Ooh, man. I bet this is DeMorkin. Because DeMorkin has been doing this kind of pencil art type editing. So it's very, very gritty. But man, look what it did to the water, the wavy lines. I love this down here. This is great. I love all of this. This just adds like a really weird dimension to the picture, you know? I really like it. This might be my favorite so far. Oh, Kilowin. Oh my God, Kilowin. This is awesome. I can't believe it. I don't know. I would have never guessed this was your edit, but I really like what you did. I felt like this was a DeMorkin edit. And yeah, another nice wide crop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who did this one. But this is another clean edit where really good job with the details though. Bringing out details on an F-22, that's rough. That's hard to do, because of all the diffraction, right? It's a very soft image, but you made this look really crispy. I like this. Oh, okay, Randy, good. Oh, you used Topaz Sharpen. No wonder. See, that's the first thing I noticed was how crispy and sharp this looked from the F-22. I think Randy took off though. He's not here anymore. But wow, Topaz did a good job sharpening this up because it does feel very, very sharp now. And let's see. Wow, look at this. This is Marcel. This is Marcel's edit because he's really good at light painting, right? So you can see he brushed some right on this rock, right on these leaves, a little bit here on the water and back in here. This is definitely a Marcel. I would definitely put money on this. This is a Marcel edit. I'd like it to be a little warmer, but maybe not. I think actually it's just right the way it is. Yeah, Marcel. So I got my money back from Walter with this Marcel edit. All right. Yeah, Marcel, if you've seen any edits, any of my previous streams, Marcel always does a good job with light painting. And let's see. Nice and clean. I like this edit too. It feels tight now because we've been seeing all these like really wide crops. This feels a little bit tight, but actually it's a good crop. And it keeps all of the important elements in here. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Not all of the water flowing, but most of it. And then not all of the bridge, but most of it. So this is a great crop too. And the editing's good. Nice and sharp. Garrett, good job, Garrett. Yeah, this is a really good edit. And this feels like a Marcel, almost. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Marcel again. Or somebody trying to copy Marcel. Where I think the reason I feel like it may not be Marcel is because of the light painting right in here. It's a little bit too bright to the rest of the image. That's not something Marcel would make a mistake on. But it could be. Could be Marcel. I would, if I had to do a snap decision, I'd say Marcel. But I got a feeling it might not be. Let's see. Oh, it is you, Marcel. Okay. All right. So I kind of guessed it right, but not really. I left myself an out in case, just because right here I felt like it was a little too bright. Maybe if there was a light beaming in to give this a reason to be so much brighter, that would have that would have amplified that effect a little bit, I think. Yeah, and yeah, definitely there's some color and mono mixed in, which is kind of cool too. And let's see, this one, two coffees. I appreciate that. Let's see. This one, oh, I like this. I like how it's just the bridge and forget about the rest. I mean, I wish there wasn't so much distortion, you know. I mean, that's not the editing. That's the way I took the picture. For some reason, it feels distorted here, wide angle distortion. But um, I love this. I love this edit. Very soft, very soft and pleasant feeling to this. Hey, you like this one too? Ah, I'm gonna guess. Dang, I can't even guess who this is. I can't guess. Surge. Dang it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna say Surge, and then no, I wasn't. I didn't expect this from Surge. I was expecting like an old gritty plate film edit, on it, because he always does those plate looking ones, very very grungy looking edits. He never does anything soft like this for me. But okay, nice edit, Surge. I like this one. Oh, hey Randy, you're back. I thought you left. Um, I was just talking about your last image, how it's very sharp, and then I saw in the file name that it was a Topaz AI. Uh, it's a couple of things, Matt. It's the angle that I have because I don't know. It's the angle because I'm looking up a little bit. It could be just my perspective causing the distortion. But, like this, you see the top of this rail is kind of bowed a little bit from here to here. And this bridge should be perfectly straight like this line is here. And then this, I don't know. I don't know what's called. I'd have to go back to the scene again and look at it, but I'll probably never find this bridge again. This was on one of my random trips. where I just drive around and take pictures of stuff. I never, I never look at a map sometimes. I just drive, drive, drive until I'm done, and then I use the Google Maps to get home. And this is one of those shots. Um, but yeah, this is really a lot of work on the tones here. I like this crop. Another one from Surge, yeah. Okay, Dave Nelson, no problem. This has got to be Dave. Dave's always doing the composites, right? But it's hilarious. Look at Darth Vader surfing over there with a stormtrooper. That's cool. That is really cool. And the overall processing is not bad. Um, let's see. Oh, DxO have a bug as it struggled on the sharpness. Yeah, a little bit. Dave Nelson, I called it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and send it in. I mean, we're almost done, so go ahead and send it, Stephen. You got one more edit. We can look at it real quick. I can just pull up the folder. Um, I don't have to bring them into Lightroom, right? With the viewer edits. Wow, not bad. The highlights are blown out here on the water, so we can't see all of the detail here, but I like this very muted look. And the color tone, very green. I like it. Dawood. Okay, good job, Dawood. Dave is here. Where is Dave? I didn't see him in the chat section. Maybe early on I saw Dave, but I haven't seen him like in the last couple of minutes. Okay, Dawood, good job. A little bit blown out on the highlights there. It kind of looks out of place that this is blown out and everything else is very muted. But other than that, this is a good clean edit. Oh, his photo. Yeah, his photo is here. Definitely. And wow, this is like the opposite of muted, right? It's like full on. Let's saturate everything. So we're trying to go with kind of a red-green theme, right? A brown and green. I like the work on the water, though. The water looks awesome. The rocks are a little bit too bright for me, but I like the bridge and the water and the trees. Everything is good. Just the rocks right in here, just a little bit too strong for me. DeMorcan. Okay, DeMorcan. I should have called it. I wouldn't have guessed this was you, though. But I think everything is excellent. Just a little less red or brown here, a little softer, and it would be perfect. Yeah, the vivid green. Yeah, I like what DeMorcan did with this a lot. Everything but this yellow. Maybe pull the yellows back, and I think we'd be there. Oh, this is cool. Somehow you found some reds in here. Interesting. And the water is like this like blue lagoon kind of look to it. Interesting. Who did this one? Scott. Okay, Scott. Nice. You try to give it different looks. Yep. Yeah, you definitely always give a lot of good edits to Morgan. I like them all, really. Like it's just all preference. I'm just telling you my preference. It doesn't mean anything. This is cool. This was some Scott. I like this edit, Scott. Yep. I like how you pulled those weird red and white blotches out. Wow. Wow. This is man, this is very crispy, and then the yellow is, this orange is very strong though. I get it. I kind of get it. It's just weird when the highlights are toned a little bit differently, like the rocks here and the water here, but this is a powerful edit though, definitely. Oh, okay, DeMorgan, good job. Really powerful. It just jumps out at you somehow. This has got some this picture's got some bite to it. I don't know how else to put it. Really interesting. It's almost like lava flow or something instead of water. This hurts your eyes, Walter? This picture, that's what I was saying. This picture has some bite. Definitely. Randy, you leaving again? Randy's like in and out all the time. But I appreciate you stopping in when you can. And definitely check out Randy's Flickr page. It's under Randall Murphy or something. I can't remember. If you go to my Flickr page, I follow him, so you'll find him that way. I only follow like 5 people, so. All right. Let's see. Wow. Okay, good. This is super saturated. I would back off the saturation a little, and then this would be all right, I think. Let's see. And the crop is very similar to what everybody's been doing. Um, just a little bit over processed for me though. Yeah. I think after looking at this and then going to this is creating that contrast. But yeah, I like the colors a little better in this than the one couple ones back that you did. It's not quite as yellow in the rocks. But I would back the saturation off completely. Just about 10% less color, and I think this would be great. Wow, somebody didn't like the bridge or the ledge or anything. They just wanted the water. It's almost like a film. There's a little bit of grain. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of grain added here. Interesting. I have no idea who did this one. Okay, Rahul, we'll see you later. Don't worry about it. You can catch the last couple minutes in about an hour after YouTube processes it. But thanks for coming in and sending your picture, and I appreciate it. Hugh Perry. Okay, Hugh. Good job. Good job just focusing in on the water. Because that is the main element of the image, right? You don't really have to have everything else. This stands on its own. What is this? This has got like a 3D look to it. I feel like I'm wearing, this feels like I'm wearing those red and green glasses you wear in a 3D theater. Like if you put those on, this would be a three-dimensional image. That's what I feel like. It's just got a weird double shift in green and red. Jose, okay, Jose. Interesting edit. Let me just punch in. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Yeah, psychedelic, right? It's crazy. Oh, that was the last one. All right, I think Stephen Page said he had one more. I'll pull it up over here. All right. I like it because this is what Anne did. I really like this crop, vertical. This this just feels balanced to me. I mean, everyone did a wide crop, landscape, but I think personally I prefer vertical. And lots of good detail here. You really brought a lot of good sharp. It's just a hair over sharpened, I think, just a hair. But it's okay when you back off and just look at it normal, like at a normal viewing distance, it's perfectly fine. This is, yeah, excellent edit, Steve. I'm glad you pulled that in at the last second. Yeah. Oh, hey, Annette. There's another person here. You know, honestly, the I like the vertical crop the best. None did a soft focus or apply any. Well, no, there was one soft focus. Wasn't this one? Let's see. This one. This is the one soft focus here, and from Raho. So there was one. And Scott's your pick of the litter today, huh? I forget which one Scott's was. I think it was this one. No, this wasn't Scott's. This was a bunch from Dawood. Or let's see. Anyway, I think the one I like the most, yeah, I think you and I are on the same page. Scott with the weird water. Was it this? Yeah, this one. I think this was Scott's. Oh, that's Killowan's. Okay, Killowan's my favorite today. I really like how this water down in here. This is my favorite. I mean, without this, the rest of the processing is just okay. But this, with this in it, it just makes the image for me. Um, how come I'm? Oh, I. And this one, yeah. See, this is a great. Really, I like this one. Yeah, this one was Deb's. I like this crop. But all right, let's call it. God, 2.5 hours of editing. No wonder I'm yawning because I've been on since like 10 o'clock. Um, so thanks everybody for sending your pictures in, and I will figure out a way. If you guys want other people to edit, like, if you want other people to edit your picture, there's a lot of great editors here. Everybody's doing a great job. Uh, you can send one on my forum at least. And I have to give that some more thought logistically how to make everything work. But I appreciate you guys coming in today, sending your pictures, spending your afternoon with me. It's always a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys back on Tuesday about the same time. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.